Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna be running Super Mario Odyssey over here, and I'm quickly gonna look over to Ralph because in a moment we're gonna start this run, and you can already see on his hand that it seems kind of frozen his end because he's currently on the title screen, and he's definitely not in or in Cap Kingdom anymore. So I don't know if the thing is supposed to be frozen on stream right now.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
that seems better. So yeah, as you can see, his game is in Japanese. This is a Japanese option, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
I'm pretty sure like it's always the first one of the
Yeah.
sign languages.
So yeah, it's the Japanese language is gonna be a little bit faster, but we'll get more into that in a bit. So once I get actually to the screen, because this loading screen is actually a little bit long, should have prepared this a little bit earlier, but this has been a busy week, and
No.
that's not new game.
It's
It's action guide.
the last one. And then the second one. And then the last one.
There.
And now you can delete one.
See, I've got this.
No. Go back. Back. Last one.
Last one.
Yeah. And then delete one.
Okay. We're so prepared over here, guys. We're definitely.
I can speak Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
And then
yeah.
Down, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, good. We got
Yeah,
it.
this is the only menuing we have to do mostly. So after this is not going to be a bother for me anymore. So at any point when the text station is ready, I guess we're both ready. So whenever we can get a countdown, yeah, let's go for it.
3, 2, 1, go!
So yeah, this is Super Mario Odyssey, and in this game there's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of story, but luckily we can skip most of them. We're just mashing, whenever a cutscene starts playing, we basically start mashing the plus button, which we can skip the cutscenes. And over here, we're first gonna get into the first kingdom, which is the Cap Kingdom. Not much going on yet in the Cap Kingdom. It's mostly a tutorial level, getting you used to the controls. We see this particular guy over here just trying to wake us up, and after a while he gets scared once we jump up, and we can start rolling over there, because rolling is the fastest form of transportation on the ground, so you definitely want to try to roll as much as you can. So far, pretty straightforward, and now we get access to Cappy. With Cappy, we can start doing very interesting tricks. We can throw the cap to bounce on Cappy, we can use it to hit switches like this. Oh, hit light. For some reason my cap homed onto the light instead of the switch. It's too big of a deal. Oh, don't roll off the bridge. So yeah, and one of the most interesting things about the cap is that we can capture enemies with it. So here, capturing the frog, basically tied up at this point.
Wow. We are a frog now, and also with take the icon.
While we're making our way up here on the tower, we're quickly gonna avoid all these things which you can bonk against. Like, bonking is so annoying in this game. It loses you so much time. Also, audio guy, can you turn roaming up for me again, because I barely hear him at this point.
Hello.
I don't hear Ralphoi at all at this point. Only basically through it. Can you say something, Ralphoi?
Hello.
Okay, yeah, now I can actually hear. Okay, thank you so much.
Sorry.
Yeah, nah, it's worry. These things happen sometimes with audio and things like that. But yeah, sorry, we barely talked about this guy over here, but luckily he's gonna be returning later on in the run again. So, what you have to know about this guy, he has a lot of heads. You gotta get the heads off his head and jump on him. And with that, we're going to the first, the second kingdom, which we're actually gonna be seeing the actual collectible of this game. Like, so far in the previous game, it's been stars and shines and stuff like that. They've changed it a little bit in this game. So you're quickly gonna head towards another capture, the chain jump. Once we break open this rock, like, I think you're playing on 1.2 as well.
Yes.
Alright, so then I don't have... I can start explain. We'll explain those differences a little bit, but for now, you're probably gonna see us do the same things. We're quickly gonna open this first rock here and getting a moon, unlocking the next part of the level. And to actually continue to the next kingdom, in each kingdom you'll have a certain amount of moons that you need to collect before you can head to the next kingdom. So it doesn't really matter how much of the story you actually get through, as long as you get enough moons. You can see in the top left corner at the moment that these small circles which aren't filled yet with moons. So we need to fill those all out, so right now we still need to collect 4 more moons. And since there aren't a lot of moons available at this point, we're actually gonna go for the boss fight, which normally would be a pretty long stretch to get all the way up there, but luckily there's a little skip here, which is the T-Rex skip. By grabbing the T-Rex and actually making sure he steps on this spring here. Oh, I got hit by the chain jump. That's messed with me a bit. Oh. Issues over here. What?
What the?
I'm having...
Ah, I got it.
I'm not getting it. Okay, that's kind of rough. But yeah, while I'm trying it out, you can explain this boss fight if you want to tell something about it.
Yeah, so first boss fight is Madame Broad, I think she's called. So she has her pet chain jump, this gold one, and we have to capture it and then throw the chain jump at her face to, just to damage her.
Yeah, as you can see, you'll see us using the motion controls a lot in this game, just because those are still a Nintendo game. They like to use their motion controls. So with this, while you capture the chain jump, you actually move faster if you just quickly shake your Joy-Cons. With that, gets us to the state a little bit faster, so we can actually do an attack on her. Our first multi-moon. Multi-moon counts for 3 moons. Out of a regular one. Has a little bit of a longer cutscene, and but once we collect the multi-moon in the stage, a lot of moons just unlock overall. And since we only need 1 moon, there's going to be a very quick moon, pretty close to our to the Odyssey, which is going to be our form of transportation to the other kingdoms. With that, we can restore it and move on. All the plush is being moved around here. Yep.
Wow, he's a ninja.
Someone was leaving. I think someone was waving. Yeah, with that, we're gonna get into quite a bit of few text boxes, which are gonna explain some things, like going to the next kingdom, the action guide, which basically tells you how to play this game, but we're not gonna look at that. So I think at this point, if the host has anything to tell us, now would be a good time. And if not, I can talk some more about this game, because I seem they're a little bit busy over on the host station. So yeah, we can talk a little bit about the game then, like, Exceed is a bit busy. So we're playing this in the Japanese version, because Japanese is the fastest version of this game. Like, it decreases the amount of text you see throughout this game, and it saves approximately 20 seconds over English, right?
Yeah, approximately. That's what I heard the last time.
Alright, so for that, you'll not get a lot of the story, but we'll try to explain it along the way.
So, Frosty, while you guys are doing this beautiful Sand Kingdom, I'd like to thank everyone that's watching us. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings like this in the Benelux for speedrunners. And right now we're streaming for you live from Bladel, the Netherlands. We are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. And 95% of your donation will go to them. while the other 5% will help improve a BSG. And during this event, so for the next 2 hours, I believe, just over 2 hours, any donation over €5 will get you eligible for one of the 10 Action Hank Steam codes, which are kindly donated to us by a true black shark.
How much for that? So yeah, and this is one of those kingdoms where a lot of moons are just readily available to us pretty fast. So we're not gonna bother with the story at all. We're just telling us to go up the tower. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be, but neither of us are gonna go up the tower.
Nope. Also, the eagle or the bird, whatever. I tried to do it like you did, Frosty, but I didn't get it the first time, so I had to do an I did it a little bit like after the tube.
Yeah, sometimes the bird is a little bit annoying, yeah.
Yeah. Just yeah.
As you can see at Raw Voice ends, it's we're gonna be climbing a lot of these walls because we can actually just we can use Cappy and wall jumps to actually maneuver quite a bit around this section over here. Unfortunately, drop down the ice, so you're a little bit slower. Yeah, as you can see, moons are pretty well hidden all around this place here. It's a lot in this game is just knowing where the fast moons are. Like, if you can of course follow the storyline and eventually get enough moons, but for the speedrun, it's if you just knowing where a lot of these fast moons are and making a good route around them, that's already a lot of progress towards starting to run this game pretty fast. Oh, that's unfortunate. Luckily, I saved it barely, being able to get on top of the tower. The bullet bill kinda got stuck under the ledge, and that way Mario didn't bounce on top of the tower. Luckily, I was able to do a wall jump there.
Do you mind if I interrupt you guys with a donation?
Sure, go ahead.
We got a €40 donation by Whoopi saying, "Nice to see another marathon for a good cause. Thanks to all the speedrunners, announcers, organizers, and other people involved for a fun week of runs. And hopefully one day we can finally or fully defeat this awful disease." And I totally agree on that one.
And so here we're actually going to be using slightly different routes. Ralpho is going for the Swings moon, which is a little bit of a slower moon, but the real advantage of that moon is that there's a lot of cash right next to the Swings, which is going to be important later on in this run. I'm running on a slightly tighter route with money, so it can become maybe a little bit rough later, but I'm just going to hope that doesn't happen. Oh, let me just check one for safety. Breaking up a rock or another moon. For this next part, we're gonna go for a little skip, with which we get on this little platform up here, which normally you would have to go all the way in and go through a series of events, but if you aim this correctly, you can just bounce on top of the place like this. See me opening a chest there because it has like 50 coins in there, which is gonna be useful to buy a few moons later. Hopefully also getting his first try. It can be a pretty annoying trick sometimes because that lich is known to be a little bit weird sometimes if you don't aim at the correct spot.
I was really scared I won't get it because when I practiced, I failed it. So yeah.
Oh, you got it. That's good.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Sometimes the ground pound moons are a little bit very precise on where you need to hit the ground to get the moon. So far, it seems like we're both pretty tried up. Like, we're both collecting our final moon in Sand Kingdom. And after that, we're both gonna be heading to the next kingdom. Oh, let's make sure go back here. Yeah, so far it's only a few seconds apart. Biggest advantage Ralph has at this point is that he has way more coins than I do. I love also how you can just slightly move the camera during this cutscene.
Wow.
It's the only thing you can do during this cutscene. Like, you can do something, you know? Like, I'm so glad that you can skip so many cutscenes, but thank God during the cutscenes that aren't playable, you can move the camera like that. So yeah, at this point we actually get a split in the part. We can either go to Lake Kingdom or to Wooded Kingdom. Doesn't really matter which order we do them, so we just go with Lake Kingdom first, mostly because we can just keep mashing the A button to get through there. Otherwise, it would take an extra menu. But besides that, that doesn't really make any difference to choose either of them first. Because you have to go to the other one anyway after that. Yeah, here Relfoy is going for a skip. Normally you would have to do a huge section underwater, and that's just really slow. But luckily we can just jump up here and not have to deal with any of that. Oh, not like that. Back up. Oh, okay, that's bad. Wasn't able to make it up. Whoops. Almost like there. Not really. Well, there's a way to get back up. So yeah, Lake Kingdom is a relatively fast kingdom, only because we only need like 8 moons, and the boss fight is it's relatively close. And after the boss fight, we get a multi-moon, which gives us another 3 moons, making us able to only need to get like 5 moons along the way to the boss fight, which is just grabbing very quick moons. We'll avoid going for the cheap jump here. With that, we can skip the entire platforming section on top of the lake here and just instantly go to the boss fight. So yeah, this boss fight. I don't like this boss fight. What do you think about this boss fight?
I don't know, like, it is so easy that when you actually fail, it's really depressing. And that can happen.
Yeah, like, if you mess up this fight, like, normally it's not that hard, but once you start messing up, it just gets really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, it's getting really fast, much, like, it's really...
Oh, like that!
a lot of, yeah, like that. A lot of time lost for nothing.
I'll save it.
Oh, nice.
There we go. You want to just hit him on his head when he's... Oh, dang. Okay. Oh, no. Hello? Please, bro. What? Excuse me. Shouldn't be happening. There we go. I almost died during this fight. That would have been a bad thing. So I shouldn't throw my Joy-Cons during gameplay. So yeah, as you can see, Lake Kingdom already being done, making us able to go to Wooded Kingdom, which is going to be a little bit longer just because we need to grab way more moons in here. So yeah, so far we seem to be doing a little bit better than I do. It's just, but anything can happen in this run. Like, there's so many tough tricks throughout every kingdom. The lead can switch at any point.
Yeah.
I hope.
Wow. Bunny, please. No. Got it.
There you go. Yeah, the bunny, he just starts running away from you really fast. If you actually hit him with Cappy, he slows down, making you more easily able to catch him. But sometimes he just starts running so fast that even a homing cap throw doesn't hit him. Also, I need to skip my cutscenes. Also, this is the first instance that a moon is bought. In shops, in each kingdom you can buy 1 moon. It's 100 coins, and with that, it counts to one of your moon swords, the progression of completing that game. As coins are kind of slow to go out of your way for. We definitely don't go moon shopping in every kingdom, especially since sometimes the shop is just very far out of the way. But in this kingdom, it's very fortunate that it's like right at the start here, and we don't even need to enter any shop or anything. It's just right there. Also, not. So many nuts. We're gonna see a lot of nuts in Wooded Kingdom. Yeah, these plant thingies, with those we can extend our legs and get to very high places very easily. I think I was able to get to that one nut up there, which normally they want you to go a little bit further around for that, but if you, again, use your motion controls to extend your legs, they actually extend further, which gets you to reach places which are normally barely just out of reach if you do it correctly.
Oh. This pipe is so annoying.
Yeah, it's a really rough one.
Yeah, with the cycles of the fuzzies.
Yeah, the fuzzies are really blocking your pattern. It doesn't, like, at first you wouldn't think it's like that much of a deal if you like get hit because you got time to get up there. However, ideally we don't want to get hit while we're in there, because if we collect a moon and we're not at full health, we get an extra animation of restoring our health, which takes about a second or so, and you know, it's an annoying second. We don't want annoying seconds. Hopefully I can... I instantly get hit by one of the fuzzies. So yeah, during the Wooded Kingdom we're gonna be doing some story progression, mostly because we just need so many moons that we actually should go to later parts of the level to get some easy moons.
Yeah, also to crack up oh, where am I? To crack up open like to open up a nut, you can either throw your cap three times, or you just like roll into it. That's why I dove into it. That's the same.
Alright. Always so scared to fall into the...
Yeah, I'm actually trying to do
deep woods.
the roll cancel. Ah, can't do it. Come on. No. Can't do it.
Oh.
Oh. I will try it. Come on. No. Oh wow, I can't do it. I actually always get it.
Yeah, it's a really interesting trick. Like, I'm not most well versed with roll cancels. I've tried them a couple of times, but I just couldn't get consistent at them, so I just gave up after a while just trying to get them. I should probably get them at one point, because you basically, once you do that, you don't have to hit that button and let the bridge activate. You can just build enough momentum to get a good triple jump and actually skip over the entire section.
I was positive to get it. But never mind, I guess.
It happens, it's a marathon. Weird things happen during a marathon. Yeah, here we're trying to go for a little bit of a skip.
Wow.
Like, if we use this, we can actually go around that corner there to actually get all the way on top there, so we don't have to continue using the bridge. And with that, yeah, it saves a bit of time and making us able to be all the way at the top of this tower here. Oh. And we're gonna be approximately entering the boss fight at the same time here, so we got all caught up again. Yeah, we got this guy. I forgot his name, but he spews poison at us. But when
Spew it. Spew it.
Oh,
Sorry.
spew it. Oh,
Yeah.
it makes sense actually. Who would have thought that Mario names make sense? Yeah. Which normally after you've hit him once, he starts going in his head and starts going around the stage, filling the place with poison. Or if we just jump on his head afterwards, he just goes out of that attacking animation, and after that you can quickly do another attack against him. Like all these boss fights, it's really interesting. Like they all have some way to make them go faster. They're usually a bit more difficult threats, but still you can skip attacks of them, which makes the speedrun very nice. And with that, we got our final moons, and we're gonna be heading to the next kingdom, which is, I think at this point we're going to Cloud, right?
Yes.
Oh boy, Cloud Kingdom. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, at this point we're basically following Bowser, and we think our next location is the Metro Kingdom. However, there might be something happening along the way. Just not to spoil it too much, but there's gonna be something happening along the way. Oh, I pressed B. Oh. Go. Oh well. Normally when I mesh, I just mesh A and B, but that's not good during cutscenes, for example. Especially when you need to select your the next kingdom after that, because you can cancel out of it. Yeah, basically at this point, Bowser stops the Odyssey from progressing, and he leads us to Cloud Kingdom here. And we're gonna go into an interesting fight here. We wanna explain that one?
Well, yeah, it's Bowser, obviously.
Oh.
But we get his hat, then we get this, yeah, how do you call these? Oh, boxing things.
Something like that.
And then we have to actually punch Bowser in the face. And then he gets pushed into the spikes behind him of the arena. And then, yeah, we have to do that 3 times.
Normally, what happens during this fight, if you just grab his head, he'll try to jump away. However, if you start attacking him fast enough, you can already just get a hit in. Really convenient.
Also, if you are above the head when he... Wow.
Aww.
Okay. So, if you're above his head when he throws it, like I did, you immediately snatch off the head of him, and you are right in front of his face, so you just can start punching.
See that the host is enjoying the music back there. At least I think he's enjoying the music. I might not be knowing for sure what he's doing there, but he seems to be enjoying himself.
Everybody should.
Of course, it's Mario Odyssey.
Oops.
Yeah, also there's the Lost Kingdom, which is a very interesting one. We take a very particular route through this stage just because we're trying to avoid a certain trigger where Cappy gets stolen by a Klepto. That way, we're just gonna go all the way, basically around the cutscene trigger, right until we get close to Klepto, trigger a different Klepto animation, and after that, he won't steal Cappy anymore, so that's really convenient.
So I triggered the Klepto now. He can't get my head now. Oops. I nearly just stomped into the lava. Poison thing.
Yeah, poison is instant death, so you
Yeah.
definitely want to try avoiding that.
Oh wow.
During this kingdom, there's not a lot of story going on. It's basically what happened is the Odyssey crashed. I fell.
We talked about this. Come on.
Don't fall into poison, guys. Poison is bad. Oh, I'm all the way back here.
Yeah, and don't trigger Klepto.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'll just go up here
Oops.
again. Oh god. The Lost Kingdom is just terrible. Stop that. This tree is known to be annoying to you.
Oopsie. Wow.
Come on. Just get out there, Mario. Really? Do I really need to go for the old boring strat? I'm going old boring strat. I'm actually gonna just climb around here.
I'm getting the star under the bridge. The star. Moon.
I grabbed that one already.
Oh, bonk. Hit the... good.
The definitely Lost Kingdom's reading Relvoy more nicely than it did me. Can definitely be a rough stage. Like just because of all the poison around, it can get rough.
You're actually hyped to go to New Donk City, but then you have to do Cloud and you have to do Lost Kingdom.
Yeah,
You're
there's
like,
just-
please get me to New Donk.
Yeah. Like the first time playing this is just like they hyped up Metro Kingdom so much that we're just waiting so long to do it, and then it just never happens because you first have to go to Cloud Kingdom and then you have to go to the Lost Kingdom, and they just never let you go to Metro Kingdom.
And then you come to Metro Kingdom, and it's also yeah, there is like this metal wiggler, we call it, and we have to defeat it because yeah, there's also a storm above Metro Kingdom, and yeah, not looking good.
Very scary stage at this point, which is so different from what happens after you've beaten him. It's like then such a happy place. So yeah, jumping on a building there, like using designer just to skip like most of the section that we need to do. What happens here is that you have to find some way to go all the way to the top of the highest building. I don't even know what the tower is called, but it's like to the top of the high tower because that's where Mega Wiggler is at this point. And you have to go all the way through the city because a lot of things are blocked off. But by just jumping on that building over there, you just skip out on most of that section.
Bonk.
Metro Kingdom is definitely not the easiest kingdom around. A lot of places where you can just fall down and lose a lot of time.
Yes. Wow.
Oh. Malfoy's making his way through the Lost and Found. Pretty rough tower with a pretty rough jump at the end, but he seems like he made it, so that's good. Like if the camera is really annoying during that section, so it can sometimes mess you up a bit to actually make that jump. And if you mess up the jump, you're basically all the way down, and you don't want that.
So I'm at the top of the tower, and here comes the fight against Metal Wiggler. We go into this tank, and we shoot these blue spots. And yeah, we have to hit all spots once. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, we have to do it twice. I tried to manipulate movement of Wiggler coming out of these holes, but I didn't quite get it.
Like that.
Is he?
What? Excuse me. Made it up there. Why didn't you do a latch grab, Mario?
Oh, 2 cycle. We usually try to get it in 1 cycle, and yeah, I didn't quite get it. So
Can be quite a tricky boss to get a 1 cycle on. Oh, right, I shouldn't call our people doing that. Normally when I don't have anything to do, I just start doing this. But I guess that can cause some motion sickness or something. I'll try to keep my my Joy-Con as still as possible because, you know, or as idle as possible, I mean, just to prevent that. Like, kind of bothersome that motion controls are basically turned on for this. But sometimes it can help a little bit with the aiming just for very small movement, quick changes in movement. Right, I was able to get 1 cycle on the second phase, so that's good.
wow, that's one.
Yeah, definitely catching up a little bit of time there. Getting an extra cycle there can, I think it wasted like 20 seconds or so we're getting there. And at this point in Metro Kingdom, just basically almost everything is unlocked, so... And Metro Kingdom is known to be filled with a lot of easy, fast moons, so... Even though we need 20 moons there, Metro Kingdom, once you made it past the night section, it goes pretty fast. One of my favorite moons coming up on your end at this
Yeah,
point.
it's my favorite too. What a coincidence!
Like, it's such a
Wow.
good moon.
I failed to go to it like immediately with the pole. Hello. Ah. So this man is just on the bench sitting there, and we can just sit like with him on the bench, and then he gives us a moon.
Yeah, the story behind the guy is that he's just, no one ever listens to his stories, and he's just happy that someone actually went and sits next to him and listens to his stories. So for that he gives us a moon, and then it's called the bench friends. Like, you made a bench friend. Oh, E-car. Okay. Yes, E-cars. Oh, get back there. I need one more moon here.
Oops. Wow. I dove like away.
Alright, time for bench friends here as well. Bench friend! No! I want to make a friend! Alright.
Wow.
Making a friend, everyone.
Wait, where is my cap? Going up again? Wow.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Metro Kingdom, it's really rough staged, mostly because if you fall down, usually going back up there takes quite a bit. Yeah, if you've also, you've already used the teleport earlier, but this teleporter, the first time you open a world map, you get a prompt saying like, if you can warp back to previous checkpoints you've hit by just using them on the select screen. Like, if you actually go for the swings route in Sand Kingdom, that's the first time you get that prompt. But with my route, I just got the prompt now. And warping to previous checkpoints is really useful because, you know, sometimes you're just really far out where not a lot of moons are left and you can just go back to a previous one. final few moons are actually going to be actually related to the story, because the story isn't over yet after you've beaten the Mega Wiggler. At this point, there's still something. Pauline wants to set up a festival, and she wants to find very good musicians for that. And for each musician you find, you're actually be giving a moon. Like, the text boxes are a little bit long, and afterwards you get an animation that you see right now, which takes quite a bit. But it's with the route, since some of these musicians are so close by, it's just worth it to grab them. Oh, don't miss that moon, please. You. It would have been bad to miss that one. Oh. I bonked while you couldn't see me anymore. But still a bonk.
Hi. Oh.
Yeah, while you're finishing up Metro Kingdom, you're gonna be heading to the next kingdom. So I think there's not much to tell at this point. So if the host wants to tell something, I think this would be a good point. Say.
Definitely, we have something to say, because I'd like to thank ESA for supporting our event and for allowing us to stream on their channel for the very first time. They provided us with additional equipment as well as experience and knowledge. And a quick word about our sponsor ViewSonic as well, who supports the event with several monitors for the streaming area as well as several practice monitors. Obviously, with minimal latency for speed and accuracy. They simply understand gamers and want to show their support to continue BSG and spread the love to gamers in Europe. And if anyone in chat is a Twitch Prime user, you can consider using your free monthly subscription right here on the ESA channel. You will get access to both the ESA and the BSG emotes, and you get to support both events. And next to that, I still want to remind everyone that we have the ahead in time any % donation incentives going on, where the sunglasses, or 2 sunglasses even, is 126 euros away from being met. While the help or don't help the Mustache Kid, don't help is in the lead. But, I think it's nice to help everyone, so let's help the Mustache Kid.
Here, there's actually going to be a slight route difference. I'm actually going to go to the Seaside Kingdom first, mostly because I died a couple of times along the way, and I don't actually have enough coins to buy the moon yet in Snow Kingdom. Luckily, there's quite a few coins I can grab along the way in Seaside Kingdom, so you'll see me heading there first. And since Roboy already grabbed a lot of coins earlier during the run, he had no point to worry about the coins at this point.
Yeah, so I'm at Snow Kingdom. It's a small little village with a nice music. And yeah, there's not much to say. Like the third moon I will be getting is from the shop, so that's the second moon we buy, and we will not buy more of it. Oops. I almost accidentally bought the power up.
You can buy that one if you want. Just play it safe, make sure that you don't die along the way. Even though all that basically happens is you lose 10 coins. Dead. And you get sent back to the previous checkpoint, which can sometimes be a bit annoying though. Oh, I can imagine it still being a good thing.
Yeah, also my first moon was from Captain Toad. In every kingdom we can also get a moon from Captain Toad if we find him.
And some kingdoms he's pretty well hidden, so...
Oh. Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, Snow Kingdom is definitely one of those kingdoms which is... I don't like Snow Kingdom. There's so many slow moons.
Yeah, I don't know. it's weird that you like the way is split up into 4 parts to actually unlock the section where you meet the what is it, like the someone who wants you to make a race with others. So you're like what are you? I don't know. Like yeah, you have to bounce through parkour. And
Yeah.
we never get to do that in the 20% run because we get enough moons before that, so we don't
Yeah.
have to do that. It's pretty slow.
Would get like 8 moons or so along the way to actually just open that. So to even do the race after that, which is also really slow, it's just definitely not worth it to go for those moons.
So yeah, it's pretty like it's not satisfying to play this kingdom. I think it's not like interesting.
This one. Go. As you can see, it almost seems like I passed Malfoy at this point with the amount of moons I've grabbed, but just because Snow Kingdom is such a slow kingdom, you're probably still in the lead at this point. Like, we both have 9 moons, and grab my final one. Snow Kingdom is just very slow. To the Odyssey. And now I'm actually gonna be heading to Snow Kingdom. Like, there were some coins along the route there that I grabbed extra, so now I have barely over 100 coins. Barely making me able to get the moon in Snow Kingdom. If I wouldn't have enough coins at this point, then I would have panicked. Like, oh crap, where can I find more coins in during this route? Yeah, it might seem really slow to just go in that one area with just to grab one moon. There is a second moon in that area, but it's just a boss fight, and the boss fight is slow again. But it's just, as we've mentioned, there's not really fast moons in Snow Kingdom. Water. Captain Toad! I love Captain Toad. Probably one of my favorite Nintendo characters. It's so adorable. That jump is really quick and really annoying in Seaside Kingdom. Don't have a lot of leeway with that one. Oh. Buy the moon here. Like, I've had multiple times during this run that I just forget to buy the moon in Snow Kingdom, and at the end you're like, oh, I'm 1 moon short. Where did I forget one? It's sometimes such an easy one to forget. Can you please do wall jump? Get up here. Yep. here. There's, like, we're only going to 3 of the sections here in the Snow Kingdom. And at this point, I can't even remember what is the final section. Alright, it's more annoying slow moves. No one likes Snow Kingdom. Why I'm not doing happy commentary. Because it's snow. Ow. Don't worry, guys. We'll get... Once Snow Kingdom is off the screen, we're gonna be all good again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't push me back into the goop. Oh, wait, I need this guy. Luckily, I realized in time. Yeah, during this... I guess this is a good point for us to talk probably a little bit about the version differences in this game. Because currently we're playing on the 1.2 version. There were some updates since Odyssey got released. And one of the biggest things that happened in one of the patches is actually that a very important feature has been patched. Feature as in... Oh wait, I went to the wrong place. I'm trying to explain something and I already started messing up my route again. But yeah, in the 1.0 version or the 1.1 version, you can actually clip inside a lot of walls. However, Nintendo eventually patched that, making the 1.2 category actually significantly slower than the previous 2 versions. There is another small skip in version, which is only available in version 1.0 in comparison to 1.1, which was in the first kingdom. But yeah, not being able to clip into anything definitely has made the route very different, especially since we didn't know for quite a while that clipping into things was a thing. Then we figured that out, and then Nintendo patched it again, so people on version 1.2 were kinda screwed by running this game. So now in the leaderboards, we actually had to add that whether on which version you ran this game, because yeah, version 1.2 is just significantly slower. Oh, I bonked.
Yeah, so I'm at the... Oh, I forgot the name of my kingdom. I mean,
Luncheon?
yeah, Luncheon. Right. So, yeah, it's all about the things you can eat. Why it's called Luncheon. So, tomatoes rolling
What?
around.
I never knew that. Who
So,
would have figured?
Like beans on the ground or vegetables. And we get to meet Spirit again. And now it's not in a round arena, but in a squared one. Actually changing nothing at all. So, yeah.
Still more of the same, just jumping on his head and removing the cap and jumping on him again.
So, do you guys have time for a quick donation?
We definitely do, I think.
We got a €1 donation from Appletart saying, "Hey Frosty, thanks for attempting to teach me my part for the side event relay. I know I failed in practice, but when we actually do it next time around, I'm sure my gyms will be a bit better and I won't need to be carried as much. Monka S. Great cause and keep up the donations." Thank you, Appletart, for that €1 donation.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate thing that happened here at the venue. We tried setting up a relay race just in the practice room, but since so many people got sick, unfortunately, we weren't able to. We thought it was more important for people to rest up than worry about the relay. But yeah, we tried learning people some strats. We've got multiple runners of this game running around here, so we thought it was gonna be fun, but yeah. BSGBs being a thing, and we just let people rest, and we're gonna definitely set it up in the future again, for sure. Next annual, it's gonna be a thing. And Luncheon, definitely an interesting thing with how many things we're skipping. Like, we're basically jumping on top of a lot of high walls, which are, some of them are pretty tight jumps. Like the first jump, even to get the first moon, yeah, it's some rough jumps. So we're definitely not following the normal path during that stage.
Wow.
Oh no, don't get burned by the soup. Yeah, this is one of the more, one of the bigger kingdoms still left in the run. Like after this, there will be some smaller kingdoms still left. Because in this one, we still need we need a total of 18 moons. And after this, we need like 3 moons, 8 moons, and not any moons at all. Yeah, this is probably the stage which still has just quick moon collection, and in the other stage it's mostly gonna be making sure the next world unlocks. Like the next few worlds, kingdoms are just gonna be a little bit different in style than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, so we can actually do a cap on the forks and then just fling us up. That's what this room is all about.
Over all these walls over here. Making a very high jump there, getting to this next section of the walls with just a hidden moon in there. Like, this game is really fun. Just we're not really showing off what this game is all about, which is a lot of this game essentially is just collecting a lot of these moons, finding all these secrets and such, and we're basically skipping over like most of what this game has to offer. But still, for the speedrun, it's still really interesting to see like how fast you can actually complete this game, because I can bet like any person playing this game for the first time, it will take them a bunch of time to actually complete it, just because you get distracted by collecting moons and such, and seeing that it can be beaten in such a short amount of time, it always impresses me.
Well, there are also a few people who think to do a 100% run of this game, but they usually take around, I don't know, 12 hours or something like that.
Oh, we got one runner walking around here in the venue. I think I see him walking away right now.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, Cruel runs 100% in this game.
wow.
Oh.
I didn't want to.
I think Cruel just walked back real fast and now he left again. Okay, bye Cruel. So yeah, there are some crazy people out there, and Cruel is just known to be a crazy person in general. In the good sense, though, in the good sense.
One. What?
Also, my favorite pun in this game is coming up, and I have to mention it, of course. It's a me, it's Mario!
Wow.
I see the host being really annoyed by that, so it was definitely worth it saying that.
I am disappointed, Frosty.
Good. Oh, Goomba. Oh, the Goomba didn't like the banana. He hit me for it. Or... So yeah. Roboy just finishing up with Luncheon now. And he's gonna go to one of the final kingdoms, and probably also one of the hardest kingdoms overall, because it definitely has some difficult things going on in there.
Oh, no cheese luck.
Oh wait, there's still one more actually. One more kingdom in between.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that cheese, sometimes when you need to use the pens to break it open sometimes. It just doesn't want to cover it because it's kind of random in which order the pens fly, and sometimes it just tend to avoid exactly the spot that you need to hit.
Yeah. So I'm actually wanting to go to Bowser's Kingdom now, but yeah. We actually have a collab of Dark Souls in this game, so that's why we're gonna defeat some crazy bosses right now.
Oh, I was so amazed the first time I saw this boss when I played this game. I was like, wait, what? What? Really? Also, we'll probably focus on my own game for a bit since I'm behind. I'm just,
Yeah. This is Dark Souls now. He took over.
I bet Rhodes would really appreciate this boss. I hope he's watching. He might be in the audience, I don't know. Maybe not. Otherwise, he's probably in the practice room or the casual room. Important Dark Souls thing. I hope at least. Or practicing his counting. Because he can sometimes use that.
So basically what you have to do during this boss fight is avoiding these weird whatever they are. They whirl at you and yeah, well. And we have to go on his face and then throw the cap at these swords that pulls them out of his head, and then we have to stomp on this spot, and then that's a hit.
Pretty straight forward boss, and even though he seems really intimidating, a pretty easy boss fight. Like I needed to, like for the relay we mentioned, I mentioned before, like I needed to learn someone this kingdom, and he never touched this game before, and he defeated the boss second try. It seems really intimidating, but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, at this point, you just defeated him, and you can actually go to... Now you can actually go to the one of the more difficult kingdoms throughout the run.
Yeah, mainly because of the bosses.
Yeah, the bosses are definitely the tricky part.
Actually, one boss we didn't see before. Like, one mini boss and then a bigger boss. We will see that in a bit.
Yeah, so far we've seen some returning mini bosses, the Brutals. Some of them we've seen a few times now, but one of them we haven't seen at all yet, and we're gonna be seeing her for the first time in Bowser Kingdom. Well, technically the first time you can run into her is in Sand Kingdom, but we just skipped out on that in Sand Kingdom.
Not bringing world peace to the Sand Kingdom.
Nope. Then the Sand Kingdom, they were dealing with some issues, but we just basically we ignore them over there, and we just say like, yeah, we just need boons. We don't care about your problem. Which, now that I think about it, it's actually really rude of us.
Yeah, we should make a theory about how Mario is really bad.
Yeah, Mario is just a very bad character. He's mean, and his brother is way better. Shout out to Luigi. Don't bonk against everything.
So, Frosty.
Yes.
And Ralvoy, though. I got 2 donations in. One from Apple Wolf for €1 saying, Zida, do you want to join Werewolves? You can be Pazzy's fellow werewolf. And one from Sir D. Exterra for €5 saying, Frosty, do you want to join Werewolves? You can be the host again.
Sure, I want to do that. Can someone take over my run for me? Like, all right, I hear that Sarah's taking over the run so that we can join Werewolves. Like, it's like for people, it's like more of a Dutch game. It's a similar version to Town of Salem, and we've been playing it a lot this week over here. defeated him, and Roboy seems to be making some good progress through Bowser Kingdom. Bowser Kingdom, even though it doesn't show yet that there's a moon requirement at this point, in the end you do need 8 moons to beat the stage. However, to actually get, you also need to defeat the final boss, or at least the boss in this stage to move on. Since you'll be grabbing 6 moons. You need to grab 6 moons to actually get that. You only need to grab like 2 very fast moons along the way during this stage.
Yeah, so these birds we can be are just they have this they can pack, and then we can pack into a wall and then fling us up with shaking or just holding down, and then yeah, we get launched up.
It's gonna be really convenient later on because there's gonna be some big walls that we need to scale, and yeah, we can't do that anymore with just triple jumps and wall jumping off of it and throwing Cappy. Like, so far we've been doing a good job doing strats like that, but in this stage we can't do that for a lot of the balls anymore. All here. Oh, come on. Sometimes these birds can be a little bit annoying with flinging them. And also, there's that mini boss we mentioned before.
Yeah, so she has these bombs on her tips of her hair, and we have to just launch them back at her to get her head off, and then we can jump on her head. So yeah, that's this boss.
Yeah, it can be pretty rough to hit one of the bombs back into her, just because if you hit it at just a slightly wrong angle, the bomb would just fly off. However, Roboy seems to be doing a pretty good job on it.
Yeah, only one fail.
That's usually pretty good. Like, if once you start failing it like 3 or 4 times, it gets kind of annoying, but if you just get 0 or 1 fail, it's usually a pretty good execution.
And we have the mini boss of the first kingdom, being Cap Kingdom, but now it's a bit harder. He has more heads, so more heads he can transform into. But if we time it right, I got it the first time, but not the second time. We can actually jump on him immediately, and then we don't have to see all the sequence where all the heads are flying through the whole stage. And it's basically random if we get it. He's been in one of the heads, and we have to hit the right head.
So yeah, in this kingdom there's actually quite a few really, really fast moons around. So I don't think you went for this one moon I just grabbed. It's even though it takes a few seconds, it's just at the end it's usually just runner preference which one you want to go for. Like, they're all just so fast that in the end it's just gonna matter like probably like 1 second or so.
Oops.
Oh.
Wow. No 2D game.
A lot when I'm trying to grab this moon over here. So at this point I already have all my extra moons, like I think you do as well, so now we're just trying to get to the end of the stage as fast as possible.
Yeah, now I'm climbing the walls.
As you can see, there's no way to normally to scale those walls in a different way than besides using the bird.
So at my screen we see one of the last bosses. It's the mecha, and all the Brodels control this one, and we have to get up on it and then hit one of the glass containers they are sitting in. Actually, the right way to do this one is to get like on the mouth of the mecha, he shoots out bombs and also these birds. We actually have to wait for a bird, then kick the bombs into the legs of the mecha. He falls over, and then we can like climb on him. But we can also just parkour a little bit and go up his leg without doing all this.
Oh, never mind.
No luck.
Can you please get out of first person mode? Accidentally clicked the right control stick instead of just moving the camera around, and he just ran into me after it. Just seeing him approaching and like, oh no, no, that was not good.
I actually got for me, a perfect mecha. There is some other ways, like, to get it a little bit faster. But for me, this was, I think, one of the best ones.
Nice, getting that during a marathon, that's really good. Yeah. So at this point, you're already going to Final Kingdom. Now, I've got some catching up to do for sure. But Moon Kingdom, there's still a skip waiting for us, which sometimes tends to be a little bit annoying. Well, not that often though. But I'm just gonna hope, and you're just gonna hope a little bit. You're gonna have a little bit of trouble with it, just so we can make this a little bit closer. Because I haven't been playing super well.
That was hype.
So, Frosty, while you climb those walls, got time for a donation?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Because we got a €30 donation from our very own Cruel, saying, as an Odyssey runner, I had to donate during the Odyssey run. Go, Frosty, you got this, PogChamp. Here's to a fantastic closer of a fantastic BSG, Monka S. Half of the money goes to helping the Mustache Kid, the other half to the double sunglasses. Thank you very much, Cruel.
Yeah, the last kingdom, Moon Kingdom, it's casually, it's a pretty long kingdom to actually get to the end, but there's gonna be an interesting skip coming up, which is like most of it. It's crazy. Like, it got discovered like within the first week or so of running that this game got out, and it was like, oh, okay, we can do that. That's really useful.
While Ralvoy makes his way there and you fight this scary monster, shall I read another donation that just got in?
Sure, we got time for a quick donation.
Yes.
A €10 donation by the plumber himself. Exactly 1 year ago, I had my first day at BSG, and oh boy, what a great year it's been. All I want to say now is, thank you guys, you're amazing. Well, you're amazing yourself, plumber.
Plumber. He's sitting to my right here. I see him there. Oh. Sure not to fall down here. Okay, I made it back up.
First try moon skip.
Yo, let's go.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, skipping all of Moon, basically.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, Bowser wants to make a wedding with Peach, and now we crush it.
I fell down. I'll wait for a bird.
And we have to fight Bowser again.
Yeah, this time Bowser got a few more tricks up his sleeve. He becomes a bit more difficult, but not much more difficult.
Well, the only thing you have to do is not be on the ground while the fire is coming, because it doesn't really have a hitbox unless you're on the ground. So So I defeated Bowser and he's now knocked. And yeah, now everything is falling apart. Peach is worried and doesn't know what to do, and we just capture Bowser. Because that's what we do in this game, we capture things.
It's so much fun to play as Bowser.
So, capturing things. So this is basically like Pokemon?
Oh, it gets pretty close.
There is, like, you also have a list of the things you captured. And yeah, that's also for the 100% completion.
So
Capture everything there is.
almost like a Pokedex. It must be Pokemon then.
Yeah, it must be Pokemon. True.
My voice actually getting really close to the end here. Something incredibly must go wrong on that end to actually for me to be able to catch up. I doubt that's gonna happen. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, by shaking the controller, he spits out a fireball, and by attacking, he scratches, like, before him. Yeah.
Yeah, the fireballs are kind of slow in the sense of how many in a row attacks you can do. So usually the claw's a little bit faster to just get multiple hits in. But the advantage of the fireball is that you can just hit things from far away.
Come on.
Yeah, you've got this. This is the end. Nothing to stop you. Time is coming up pretty soon.
And time.
Good run, dude. Good run. I just wish I was able to stay on pace a little bit more, but it's been a rough week for me with doing races during this marathon. I've had 3 races this week, and this is like the 3rd one I lost.
Oh.
Aww. Well, that's sad to hear, Frosty. You and the hug afterwards.
It's alright. I just enjoy that I'm able to show off even that I'm still able to show off many of these runs. Like, it's like with most of my runs, like I'm not usually not the greatest player of runs, but I just run so many things that I just prefer to be good at many things than be the best one or so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good mindset, I guess. I want to have the same one too.
Oh right.
Better play a lot of runs than one pretty good. Much more fun for me too.
One thing I know for sure is I'm not gonna submit as much as for next annual because that makes me actually able to focus on my games and actually win races. Who knows?
So this was only 30 seconds from my PB actually.
Oh damn, that's a really good run then.
Yeah.
Congrats. Oh god, oh, that he didn't grab it. Jumping. Tries to counteract so much, but we just avoid him. Yeah, I'm getting to the final section of the game here as well. Won't hold the stream up for much longer, hopefully. I'm not going over estimate though. I hear someone screaming Monka S back there, but I'm not going over estimate. Do you guys want me to go over estimate? I can still do that, you know. Yeah, we're doing a triple jump up there just so we skip a little portion there. And the 2D section, there is a small skip in there, but at this point, I'm not even gonna risk that. Like, I'm not gonna risk going over estimate over here.
It's not worth it. You really have to know what you're doing.
Like, I've done it a couple of times and I kind of know what I should be doing, but during a run like this,
yeah,
like
you have
right
to
at
be
the
really
end,
consistent at it.
yeah,
Because you actually you have to start from the beginning of the buffer section. So yeah, I don't know, 30-second timers or so. For
Frosty,
yes.
our boy Xandertje had something to say to you. He donated €1 for it though.
Okay, then he can say it.
Monka S.
So yeah, I hope audio is currently on my end because this is like the most hype music ever. I just completely missed this thing. Yeah, let's everyone, let's just enjoy this music over here. Fall in any gaps here. Oh, we gotta hit again. Don't die, Bowser. Alright, time's going for me pretty soon as well. Oh, yep. So, and it is fine. Good race, dude.
yeah, good race. Thank you.
So yeah, unfortunately no wins for me this week, but I'm just happy to show off all these friends. So don't awe me, come on, it was a really good race. And Relfoy deserved to win. So yeah, thanks so much for letting us run this. I hope you enjoyed the run as
Yeah,
well.
it was really cool.
So yeah, everyone, please stay tuned for the final run this BSG. So I know, final run, but it's gonna be a really good one, so you don't want to miss that. And with that, I'm gonna say bye for now. I'll be back later for the afterthoughts, but let's not worry about that. We're gonna get into one of our final tech setups. So bye.
Bye.